Welcome back to another video, and today we got episode 11 of NBA Playoff Watch, and it's been quite some time since our last video. Our last video re-recorded was the March Madness prediction video, and obviously we had our MLB video, but it's been over a week since I've had a video out. It's been like over 10 days since I've recorded a video. I've missed it, but we're back with NBA content. It's been a long time since we've had an episode of NBA Playoff Watch for you guys, so I'm sorry for that, but we had a lot of conference tournament, March Madness content, college basketball content was really the focus for the past like 2-3 weeks. But we're back with NBA. We got a bunch of MLB content. We're going to be posting our college basketball Final Four prediction videos here probably tomorrow or Thursday. So stay tuned for all of that. Subscribe, noties, all that if you're new. But let's go ahead and jump into the Eastern Conference standings. We'll look at both conference standings and then put all these teams into a playoff bracket based on the standings today and then predict our NBA champion from there. So starting off at the top, it's still the Pistons, 54-21. Cade Cunningham, collapsed lung. Prayers up to him. Hopefully he can get healthy soon. Honestly, without him, they've still been playing pretty good. They almost beat the Thunder last night without a lot of their players. That was pretty impressive to me. The Pistons look like a really quality team. They took the Thunder to overtime with no Cade Cunningham, no Jaylen Duren, no Tobias Harris, no Duncan Robinson, no Isaiah Stewart. That's a lot of pretty big pieces for them, and they were right there with the Thunder. The Pistons are an elite team defensively, offensively. Once they get fully healthy, I have no doubt that they're going to make a deep playoff run in the playoffs for sure. The Celtics, what a story. They're probably going to end up as the 2 seed in the East. I feel pretty good about that with only about 7 games left in the season. I don't know if they... I guess there is a chance they could lose at the Knicks, only 2 games back, the Cavs 3 games back. But Jaylen Brown has been ridiculous this season. He's probably going to be All-NBA first team. He's averaging almost 29 points a game. Tatum has come back. He's looked all right. He's looked solid. But what do you expect from him? He's still averaging... he's averaging 20.9 points a game, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. That's pretty good coming off an Achilles tear, coming off, so quickly as well. The Celtics are a great team. They shoot a lot of threes. Very well coached team. Celtics are phenomenal, and Tatum being back now, it really does raise their ceiling, even if he's not 100% of the player he was pre-injury. The Knicks at the 3 seed. This is an interesting one. I don't know how I feel about the Knicks. Jalen Brunson, Cat, both those guys are amazing. Obviously, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, all the guys that they do have are really solid, and the offense is great. The defense, I'm pretty sure numbers-wise, this team has the 3rd highest-ranked offense, number 10 in defense, I believe. That's pretty solid to be top 10 both sides of the ball, top 3 in offense. But sometimes, I don't know, Jalen Brunson, defensively, he's kind of a smaller guard, it's not great. Cat on the defensive side, not great. I do worry how they're going to be able to defend some of these teams in the playoffs when you get against the really great teams. But I think their offense should be enough to get them at least decently far. And I picked the Knicks to come out of the East a lot this season, a lot more earlier in the season. But I still have that hope in the Knicks. I still think there's a lot of talent there, and the offense is obviously great. The Cavs, 1 game back at the Knicks, 47-28. I could see a world where the Cavs jump up to the 3 seed here. James Harden coming in has really just got this offense clicking on all cylinders, averaging 8 assists this season, 24 points, almost 5 rebounds. He's been great for them all season long. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell. Evan Mobley's been kind of on a tear recently. I think he's had 14 points in, I want to say at least 14 or more in 14 of his last 15, something crazy like that. He's been really consistent for them. He's still great defensively. He's not quite at the DPOY level he was last season, but he's still doing very well. Jalen Tyson for them, the rookie, he's been amazing all season long, averaging 13 points a game. They get a lot of pieces who have really stepped it up for them. I love this Cavs team, and James Harden really just raised this team's ceiling by a crazy amount. I know he's known for kind of falling off in the playoffs. Hopefully that doesn't happen here again, but I feel like there's a clear top 4 in the East. I don't know if that's just me, but it feels like these top 4 teams in the East are pretty set in stone, a cut above the rest of the East. The Raptors here at the 5 seed, there's a very tight race going on. 3.5 games separate the 5 seed and the 10 seed in the East. This is usually what we see in the West, but the East is really solid, and you have, for once, all 10 of the teams in the Eastern Conference with winning records. I feel like in the East there's only 7 or 8 teams at most with winning records. At least that's how it was the past few seasons. Starting with the Raptors, 10 games above 500. They've been pretty solid. I don't know what the ceiling is for this team, but I do think their floor is probably higher than the rest of the teams behind them. The Hawks, the Sixers, the Magic. They've been pretty consistently good all season long. Scotty Barnes has been really solid. 18.6 points a game, 7.7 rebounds, 5.8 assists. If you want to round that up, make it sound pretty, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. That's a pretty good stat line. Not to mention he is probably going to be an all-defensive team player, maybe first team. He's been so good for the Raptors defensively. Brandon Ingram, 21 points a game. Quickly, 17 points a game. RJ Barrett, 19 points a game. I know Quickly has been out the past week or so. When he's played, he's been pretty solid for this team. I like this Raptors team. They get a lot of threes up. I like the Raptors team. Like I said, probably a higher floor than a lot of these teams behind them, but maybe a lower ceiling. The Hawks here have been on a pretty solid run here. I mean, just looking at recently, they've won 9 of their last 11 games. That's pretty good stuff. They just beat the Celtics yesterday, I guess that was. I feel like they've been playing the Celtics a lot recently. Okay, yeah. They played the Celtics on last Friday, so, 4 or 5 days ago. They also just recently beat the Pistons on the road. I mean, the Hawks have been beating some pretty good teams in this stretch. Like I said, they did just beat the Celtics last night. They looked pretty good in that game. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jaylen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, CJ McCollum. This is a really solid group of guys. They can all score. They can not all defend, but Dyson Daniels, pretty good defender. Jaylen Johnson, pretty good defender. Onyeka Okongwu has been solid for them as their center. Kuminga has been interesting coming in. Buddy Hield, I don't know how much he's really played, but yeah, I mean Kuminga gets some pretty good minutes. He's had some pretty good games here on the Hawks since he's come over. The Hawks are definitely a very interesting team, but it feels like they're playing the best they've played all season right now. So I like that for them with the playoffs really 2-3 weeks away. The 76ers, they're an interesting team because, I mean, Maxey is averaging almost 29 points a game. Joel Embiid is averaging almost 27. When he's played without a minutes restriction, I mean, he's come back in these past couple days, played 3 games. He had 35 against the Bulls, 29 against the Hornets, 26 against the Heat. He has been so solid. Now, I know he's missed so much time, but when he does play, he's so great. Tyrese Maxey has been great all season. VJ Edgecombe has been amazing all season for them. Quentin Grimes, probably going to make himself a lot of money in the offseason. He's been so good. I believe, Paul George is back as well. Since he's come back, he had 28 against the Bulls, 26 against the Hornets, 19 against the Heat. He's been really solid when he's come back in. So, the 76ers team fully healthy, they're a very dangerous 6 seed, 7 seed, 8 seed, whatever they end up. I'd assume they make the playoffs. They're a very dangerous team if fully healthy. The Magic are an interesting team because they were on I think 5 or 6 game win streak. Now all of a sudden they've lost 7 of their last 8 games. The Magic not playing very well right now. I feel like I'm always high on the Magic coming into the season and they always let me down. But I don't even know if I can blame them this season. I mean, Paolo, Desmond Bane both had slow starts to the season. Anthony Black's been hurt. Jalen Suggs has missed so much time. Franz Wagner has missed so much time. So many of these guys have been injured in and out of the lineup that I don't even know if I blame the Magic too much. But they're sitting here at the 8 seed. The 9 seed Heat, 40-36. I don't think we've had a video since Bam Adebayo dropped the 83 points. So, I mean, insane stuff. It's hard to put into words. 83 points from Bam Adebayo. When I saw that, I was talking to some of my friends and I was saying, how is Bam Adebayo the one that beats Kobe's record? Because I always assumed somebody would beat Kobe's. I don't know if anyone will ever get to 100, ever beat Wilt, but I always assumed somebody would break Kobe's. I thought it would be more of a Luka. Luka feels like the guy that would get there. I know he had, 73 or 70, 71. I mean, Devin Booker had a 70-point game. I know Donovan Mitchell, I think, had 71. Dame had 71, I believe, if I'm getting that right. I feel like it would have been one of those guys that can just shoot threes. And I know Bam made a lot of threes in his 80-point game, but I also know he made a lot of free throws. People don't love that as much. And I will say, near the end of the game, it was getting a little bit much for me, but still, 83, huge accomplishment. So shout out to him. But since then, I mean, they really haven't been great. Since that Wizards game, they've won only 3 of their last quick math here. 3 of their last 10 games since that Wizards game. That's not great. And if they beat the Bucks right after they beat the Wizards. So really, they've only won 2 of their last 9 games, which not great, obviously. It's also interesting. Norman Powell, I mean, he was an all-star this season, but he's recently moved to the bench. Now he's like out. He's got an illness, so hopefully he can get healthy. But weird what's going on with him. Tyler Hero has been a little, a little iffy for them at certain points this season. I'm not really sure how I feel about him. Actually, I mean, he did the past 2 games have 30 and 31 points, but before that, I mean, he had 11, 18, so he's been a little inconsistent this season, at least for my liking. I mean, I guess he's averaging 21 still, which is pretty good, but I think they expected him to kind of step it up more. That's just my thinking, though. The Hornets, funny little fact here, the Hornets have actually, I believe, are the number 1 ranked team in the league since January 1st. They have been on an absolute tear, and they're not slowing down. This young core of LaMelo Ball, Con Kneppel, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, those 4 guys, not to mention they brought in Kobe White, who's been amazing. Ryan Kalkbrenner's young. He's promising as well. Musa Diabate is a really good player as well. Like, this Hornets team is really fun. I feel like next season, this Hornets team could actually like make some noise and be like a top 4 team in the East. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just buying in too much, but it feels like the Hornets are a dangerous team. If they get into the playoffs as an 8 seed, and they're only 2 games back of the 7 seed, so they could get up to the 7 seed. If they get into the playoffs, even as a 7 seed or an 8 seed, they're going to be very dangerous for the Pistons, for the Celtics. I feel like, is it crazy to say I feel like the Hornets could beat the Celtics? I really think they could. We'll see what happens, but the Hornets are a dangerous team. And then at the bottom of the East, I mean, like, do we even have to talk about any of these teams? They're all tanking. The Bucks aren't even letting Giannis play. I will say for the Bulls, Trey Jones just had a pretty good game the other night. I think that was last night. They did get dominated by Wemby, though, but, I mean, who on the Bulls is going to be capable of guarding him? I don't know. Modus Buzelis has been good for the Bulls as well. I could touch on that, I guess. The Nets, I mean, I don't know. Not much to talk about there. They're trying to get the number 1 pick. Same thing with the Wizards, Pacers. I will say the Wizards, Pacers, both, if they win the lottery, they have potential to be very interesting teams. The Wizards, bringing in Anthony Davis, Trae Young, they're going to be on the team next season. They've got some young guys that are interesting. Bub Carrington, Bilal Coulibaly, Trey Johnson, Alex Sarr. If they get another top pick, which they probably will, this team could be interesting. And then obviously the Pacers, they made the finals last season. If they get a top pick, which it's looking like that, and Halliburton comes back in, they just brought in Zubac, who I think is out for the season now, but they just bought in on him. Like, the Pacers all of a sudden could be right back to the top of the East once again. So the Wizards, Pacers definitely have some light. The Nets feel like the most deserving team, or the most, I guess, needing team of that number 1 pick. But, I mean, in this draft class, even if they fall to like 5 or 6, they're going to get an absolute stud. This draft class is loaded. Let's go ahead and talk about the West, though. At the top, the Thunder at 60 wins. They've crossed 60 wins, the first team to do so. Best record in the league. And yeah, I mean, they probably still are the best team in the league. They don't have the potential to break the Warriors record, break the Bulls record for like the best record of all time, which people were saying at the start. I mean, they started out like 25-1 or something, 23-1. But I will say, I mean, Jaylen Williams has missed I think he's missed over 40 games, almost 50 games this season, and they're still at 60 wins. And now he's come back in. I know he's kind of like in and out of the lineup still. They're trying to get him like fully healthy. That's got to be something. That they're this good without him, and then he comes back in. Like, they still have Chet Holmgren. He's going to be probably all first defensive team. I don't know why I'm saying it weird. Casey Wallace as well could potentially be like second team, all defensive. That's definitely interesting. They have so many pieces, like Lou Dort, Isaiah Hartenstein, Isaiah Joe, AJ Mitchell's been amazing for them. Jared McCain coming in. I mean, I haven't even mentioned Alex Caruso, Kenrich Williams. This team is so deep, and SGA obviously probably about to win back-to-back MVPs. Now, the Spurs, maybe Wemby has something to say about it. He's all of a sudden gotten into MVP conversations, and I think deservingly so. I mean, he definitely has a case. I was talking to someone about the MVP race the other day and saying how it's kind of like it's kind of just SGA and Wemby, because I believe Jokic is ineligible. He would definitely be in there if he was eligible. And as long as Wemby keeps playing, he should be in that conversation. Now, I personally still think it probably does go to SGA, just because of the fact that he scores so much. But the Wemby argument is interesting, and I was like I said, I was talking to some of my friends about this, the MVP race. They were saying, how is Wemby even in here? Like, SGA averages way more points than him, almost 32 points a game. Wemby's only at like 24. That's 8 more points a game. How is Wemby in this conversation? Well, Wemby also averages 11 rebounds, and Wemby is also by far the best defensive player in the league. I mean, he's probably going to win DPOI. He should. I mean, this dude is impossible to score on. He's averaging three blocks a game. We've seen. I saw it the other day. Whoever they were playing, these dudes had a 2-on-1 fast break against Wemby and pulled it out of the paint and just reset the offense. Like teams don't even try against Wemby to score when he's down under the basket. So I think there's an argument for Wemby. I mean, the Spurs are right there with the Thunder they have the second best record in the league, so that's not the problem. Obviously, Wemby is so much better defensively than SGA. Yes, SGA does average a little bit more points, and I would still give it to SGA, but I think Wemby does have a conversation to be up there. We got to talk about this. The Lakers, since our last video, I mean, they were a 6 seed in our last video. That just goes to show, I mean, it was like 2-3 weeks ago. The Lakers have been on an absolute tear. Luka Doncic has been playing out of his mind. This dude's averaging almost 34 points a game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. I mean, I don't know how he's not in the MVP conversation. Maybe is he ineligible? I didn't think so. I thought he was. I don't think he's missed that much time. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I mean, the fact that this guy's not up here is insane. Luka is just, I mean, is he never going to win MVP? He puts up these numbers every year, and he can't seem to get one. I don't know. Maybe it's like next year, but like, do I think Luka gets an MVP over SGA, Wemby, or Jokic even? Like, I don't know. I don't know if Luka is going to be able to get. I mean, he should. It's just crazy to me that he hasn't got one yet. And I was advocating for him to get one whenever that was, when he was on the Mavericks still, and I think Jokic won that year. I was saying Luka should get it, but here we are. Luka still doesn't have an MVP. It's crazy. Austin Reeves has been really good. LeBron James, I mean, 21, 6, and 7. That's really solid for a 41-year-old player. Obviously, I mean, yeah, and Austin Reeves has been great for them all season. I still do worry about the makeup of this team, but sometimes it gets to a point where it just doesn't matter. I mean, Luka's playing so great that the Lakers are just winning every game. And sometimes when you have the best player on the court, that's just what it comes down to. For the Nuggets, they probably have the best duo in the league. Jamal Murray, 25.5 points a game. Jokic, 28, 13, and almost 11. I mean, this guy's ridiculous. Jokic is one of the best players of all time at this point. I think, maybe I should make a video ranking my top, 25 players of all time. I mean, Jokic, he's probably getting close to top 15. Maybe he already is. I don't know. I'd have to look into that, but I mean, Jokic is ridiculous. Peyton Watson has been so good for them this season. Tim Hardaway Jr. has been really good. Aaron Gordon hasn't even played. Christian Braun's been out for some time. Cam Johnson, Bruce Brown, I don't even know if I named them yet. Like, this Nuggets team has so much depth, and they never do. And with them, Aaron Gordon finally getting healthy, this Nuggets team is so dangerous. The West is not as deep as it has been in the past 2-3 years, but at the top, it's still insane. You got the Timberwolves at the 5 seed. I mean, that just should be enough. Anthony Edwards is averaging 29 points a game. They've got Julius Randle. They've got Rudy Gobert, Jaden McDaniels, DiVincenzo, Naz Reid. I would assume we just had a triple-double the other day. They brought back Mike Conley. Like, there's so many guys on the team. Bones Highland's averaging 8 points a game. Kyle Anderson, 6 points a game. Like, they got so much depth. They got so much perimeter defense. Rudy Gobert still is one of the best defenders in the league. Whether you hate him or not, he is. Anthony Edwards is one of the best players in the league. I mean, there's a reason this Wolves team has made back-to-back conference finals. This team is stacked, and they have the depth once again. Bringing in, I would assume, at the deadline was just a stellar move by the Timberwolves. Amazing move. The Timberwolves are amazing. The Rockets here, defensively, they're great. If they had Steven Adams, man, I really would believe in this team a lot more, but he's out for the season. But Kevin Durant's been amazing as of late. Sengun's averaging almost 21, 9, and 6. Amen Thompson's been so good for them. Jabari Smith has really stepped it up this season. He's getting close to 16 points a game. They picked him at the top of whatever draft that was, like 2-3 years ago. He's finally becoming a really good player. The Rockets are a great team as well. The Suns, I mean, they just play so hard every night. Devin Booker's averaging 26. Dylan Brooks, I think, has finally come back from his injury. Grayson Allen stepped it up. Oso Iguodala apparently has been really good defensively. I did not know that. Colin Gillespie has been really good for them. I mean, I don't know, man. This Suns team, they play so hard. They're going to be a tough out, whoever plays them. The Clippers here, 39-36. Kawhi, I mean, he's been the story. He's been an absolute, like, you can't stop this guy as of late. 28 points a game. He might get All-NBA first team. Now, I think he's probably going to get second team. I think Jaylen Brown probably has took that fifth spot because the top four seems pretty good to me. I mean, it's got to be SGA, Wemby, Luka, and Jokic. I mean, it just has to be. And I think Jaylen Brown's probably that 5. I think you could argue for Kawhi. I think you could argue for Cade, but I don't think he's met the requirement. I'm not sure. Nonetheless, I mean, Kawhi has been. You can't understate how good he's been. Darius Garland since he's come over, and same thing with Benedict Mathurin. Both those guys have been solid since they've joined the Clippers. Chris Dunn's been really good, and let's not forget how this Clippers team started. They have been so good since. I mean, they started like 6-25 or something. I mean, that just goes to show how good they've been as of late. So they're a dangerous team. The Blazers, they don't feel that dangerous to me, in all honesty. I mean, I did not know Drew Holiday was averaging 16 points a game. That's news to me. Tumani Kamara's been good. Donovan Clingan is averaging a double-double. Demi Avdija, obviously, he was an all-star. Jeremy Grant, 18 points a game. Shaedon Sharpe, 21 points a game. Both those guys are injured, though. Caleb Love, I mean, love to see this. 11 points a game. He was one of my favorite players when he was in college, so that's exciting. Scoot Henderson, 14 a game. I mean, the Blazers are still a pretty solid team, obviously. The Warriors just feel like they're done to me. I mean, Jimmy Butler out for the season. Curry's missed, what does he miss, like a month or two? I don't know. I watched him play the Nuggets the other night. It's like Pods is just shot chucking. I don't know. Draymond Green, Porzingis, there's just not much here without Curry. And then you're without Jimmy Butler as well. I know Curry's coming back soon, but I mean, at this point, they'll be fine. They're going to get into the play-in. I don't know if they'll get out of the play-in, though. The Grizzlies here at 25-50. I mean, all these teams are just tanking at this point, I guess, except the Pelicans. Now, they have lost 5 in a row, but they were on, a bit of a tear. I mean, they were the 14th seed in the West for a long time, and they don't even have their first-round picks, so they should have been doing this from the start. I will say Zion's been pretty good as of late, which is interesting. But, yeah, I mean, the Grizzlies, Mavericks, Jazz, Kings, all tanking. The Kings, I would love to see them get a top pick, just because, I mean, it just feels like they're one of those teams that's never going to get free agents. I mean, I don't know why they brought in DeRozan and Levine. That was just never going to be a good idea. It just wasn't. Yeah, we'll see what happens. They're going to have an interesting offseason depending on what their pick is. Same thing with the Jazz. The Mavericks, I mean, what if they get a top pick again? Cooper Flagg, pairing him up with somebody, that would be just disgusting. Cooper Flagg's been amazing for them this season. So I'd love to see where the Mavericks pick. Same thing with the Jazz. Same thing with all these teams at the bottom. There's just not much to talk about here with these bottom teams. I mean, there's 10 teams at this point in the NBA that are fully tanking. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and predict the playoffs, though. The Suns Clippers, I can't pick against Kawhi right now. He's been so good. I think he wins them in a one-game elimination. You're telling me Kawhi doesn't go off for 40? He does. I hate to break to you. He does. He's that good. Kawhi is my favorite player in the league. He hasn't been my favorite, but he's always been one of my favorite players. I think now, I mean, at this point, I mean, I've always loved Kawhi, and he's got to be my favorite player in the league. I just love him. Give me the Clippers to get out of the play-in in their first game. Trailblazers Warriors. If Curry's here, I probably pick the Warriors, but without him, they just look so uninspired. It's just not great. I will take the Suns to beat the Blazers, though. I think the Suns are actually a pretty decent team. I think they've got a little bit more talent, a little bit more experience than the Blazers. They get out of the play-in there, get to that 8th seed. Over in the East playing 76ers Magic. The Magic are just so beat up, so many weird things. They've been kind of cold as of late. The Sixers are actually finally getting healthy. Maxi's been amazing all season. Embiid's back. Paul George is back. VJ Edgecomb's been great. Give me the Sixers to move on. The Magic get into that, do or die, win or go home there for the 8th seed. Heat, Hornets. Give me the Hornets to win. I know Spoelstra's a great coach. I know Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Norman Powell. The Heat have got some guys, and the Heat could very well win this game. I feel like the Heat always get in as the 9 or 10 seed and always escape the play-in, but I don't think this year. The Hornets have been so good. I mean, since January 1st, I think they're the number one net rating of any team. So give me the Hornets. And for the same reason, the Hornets are too hot right now. I'm riding the young, exciting, fun. I mean, this is the most fun team in basketball. Give me the Hornets to get out of the play and get the 8 seed, play the Pistons. I'm telling you, the 76ers, the Hornets, those are two very dangerous teams in the East, so watch out for them. Thunder versus the Suns. Give me the Thunder. They shouldn't have any troubles here. Nuggets and Timberwolves. This is a very tough one. Both these teams have... I think both these teams have capable enough rosters to win a title. Like, both these teams are amazing. You got Anthony Edwards. You got Julius Randle. Jane McDaniels. Naz Reid. Just so many guys over on the Timberwolves side. DiVincenzo as well. Ayo Dosunmu. Maybe I might be forgetting even more. And then for the Nuggets, I mean, Jokic, Jamal Murray. It's crazy to say this when the Timberwolves have Anthony Edwards, who's like one of the best clutch players in the league. But I feel like I trust the Nuggets more late in game. I don't know if I trust Julius Randle. I think the Nuggets, Aaron Gordon finally getting healthier. I mean, if the playoffs started today, I feel like Aaron Gordon would play. Christian Braun finally back in. I mean, Tim Hardaway Jr. stepped it up for them. Peyton Watson. Jamal Murray's so good in the clutch. Jokic. Anthony Edwards is so good. He's probably top 10. He's definitely top 10. Maybe even top 5, top 6, top 7 player in the league. I think Jokic is the best player in the league. I think Jamal Murray. I think Jokic and Jamal. I think Anthony Edwards is the second best player in the series, but I think Jamal Murray is the third. So the Nuggets have 2 of the 3 best players in the series, and they have the best player in the series. And I think the Nuggets are a little bit better, but I do love the Timberwolves. And don't forget, I mean, this is pretty crazy now looking back at this. Last episode, I picked the Timberwolves to beat the Pistons in the NBA Finals. Maybe I was just riding the Timberwolves high a little bit, but now I have the Timberwolves losing first round. I mean, that just goes to show. That was like 2-3 weeks ago, so that much can change in that little time in the NBA. That's why we love it. The Lakers and Rockets. I mean, this was a series that we had last episode. I think I picked the Rockets to win. The Rockets were the 3 seed. The Lakers were the 6 seed. Now it's flipped. Now the Lakers have home court advantage. Give me Luka. He doesn't look like he wants to lose. He's in basketball. Basketball is one of those sports where if you have the best player, you can just win. You can just win a series. Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Austin Reeves. I think they're enough to get past the Rockets and their really solid defense. Even though KD's been playing so good, you could argue the Rockets roster is better. I think you could, and I think you might be right. But Luka Doncic and the Lakers have been unbeatable as of late. So give me them. Spurs, Clippers. I did think about this one a little bit. I did. Maybe I'm just biased for Kawhi because I do love him. I think the Spurs are inexperienced. The Clippers are like very experienced. That's interesting. That is interesting. But I think the Spurs get them. They're just the better team. I'm not gonna overthink it. I'll take the Spurs. Pistons Hornets. I thought about this one as well. Again though, I mean even without Cade, we've seen the Pistons play great without him. Like this is still just a great team. I think the Hornets maybe a year ahead. Maybe next year they can win a playoff series. But I don't know if it's this year. I think they could win a game or 2. Maybe even 3. Could they take the Pistons to 7? Maybe. They've been playing that good, but give me the Pistons. Cavs, Raptors, give me the Cavs. I just don't think the Raptors have enough here. James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. So many of these guys for the Cavs. I just don't know if the Raptors have enough. I will say, though, Scotty Barnes and the defense for the Raptors, they can make some shots late in games. They could make it interesting. Knicks, Hawks. The Hawks have been so hot as of late, but I don't see the Knicks getting bounced first round. I just don't. Give me Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, all those guys, Josh Hart. Give me them to get through. They've been the better team they've been more consistent all season. The Hawks started out a little bit slow, then they got rid of Trae Young, and they've been really good as of late. I actually really do like the Hawks. I think they could make it very interesting against the Knicks, but I think the Knicks get past. And then Celtics 76ers. The 76ers, fully healthy, are a very good team, very dangerous, but the Celtics are so good, man. They're so good. They've been the 2 seed pretty much most of the season without Jason Tatum. Now he's back in. I don't see the Celtics losing first round. I know. I don't have a single upset in the first round of the NBA playoffs, but it's not like March Madness. I mean, the better teams, it's not a one-game elimination. Like, 7-game series, typically the better team wins, so I feel like these are the better teams here. Let's go Thunder and Nuggets. We saw this series last season. The Nuggets were beat up. They almost beat the Thunder still now. Fully healthy Nuggets, I'd assume. Aaron Gordon comes back for the playoffs if they start right now. I'd assume Jaylen Williams plays fully, though, if the playoffs were to start right now. I do think fully healthy, the Thunder are just better than the Nuggets. I think there's an argument. The only player I could argue to be better than Jokic in the NBA is SGA. I think so. I still think Jokic is the best player, but I think SGA is too, and he very well could be one. He's going to win back-to-back MVPs. The Thunder defense, Thunder offense, it's just so great. I think the Thunder's defense, I mean, the Nuggets get a little bit reliant on Jokic at times. A little bit. Jamal Murray's great himself, but, and I know they have the depth, which they haven't had in the past. Like, they've been so reliant on Jokic that when he comes out, they just give up like 8-0 runs. The depth is much better, but even still, I mean, defensively, the Nuggets aren't great. I think the Thunder are the more well-rounded, more balanced team. I think they get past Lakers, Spurs. I thought about this one a lot, but I'm going with the Spurs. I know they don't have the experience, but the Lakers roster honestly just isn't, like, it's just not there for me. And I know Luka Doncic has been winning them, like, every game as of late, but so have the Spurs. They've won, like, 21 of their last 24, something crazy like that, around there. That's not exactly right, I'm just taking a guess, but I know it's something like that. Wembenyama, Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, I mean, those young guards, I know they don't have the experience. Keldon Johnson as well. But it gets to a point, like, this team is just ridiculous. So I got to take the Spurs to move on. I could see them losing second round. Like, this reminds me of the Thunder 1 seed before last year, so 2 years ago. They lost in the second round to Luka Doncic and the Mavericks. It could happen. The Spurs lose second round to Luka Doncic and the Lakers with LeBron. They got a lot more experience, I will say, but the Spurs look like the better team to me. Give me the Spurs. Pistons, Cavs, I thought about this one a lot, but in a 7-game series without Cade Cunningham, I know the Pistons have been great without him, but I'm taking the Cavs. I think Donovan Mitchell finally gets there to the conference finals. I think James Harden, I worry about him in the playoffs. He's choked at times, but he's been so good this season. Give me the Cavs to upset the Pistons. You got to have one, right? You got to have some fun. I know it's the NBA. That it's not like March Madness. There's not upsets everywhere. I mean, even this year, there wasn't that many upsets in March Madness. We got some. But there's got to be one. It can't just be 1 through 4 on both sides, 1 through 2 on both sides, both 1 seeds make the finals. Like, that's just not going to happen. Give me the Cavs to beat the Pistons without Cade Cunningham. Feels right. Knicks Celtics, though, I will take the Celtics. I feel like they're just the more balanced team. I know the Knicks are technically top 10 both offensively and defensively, but I still worry about the defense at times. I still worry about the offense at times. Sometimes it just looks a little clunky. The Celtics are, they shoot so many threes. Tatum coming back in. Jaylen Brown's playing at a almost MVP level, and you still have Derek White. Peyton Pritchard's been really good at times for them. I do worry about the bigs. I think Cat could have a really good series in this one, but I think the Celtics are a little bit too much here. I think they get past the Knicks and move to the conference finals, but Celtics-Knicks, I mean, look at these series we're about to get. I mean, the NBA playoffs are right around the corner. I couldn't be more excited. This year's playoffs is going to be absolute cinema, I'll tell you that. Thunder Spurs, at some point the experience has got to get them, and I feel like the Thunder in a 7-game series, even though the Spurs have owned them in the regular season, it doesn't matter. Like, back in, I hate to bring this up, but the Bulls owned the Heat when LeBron was on the Heat and Derrick Rose was on the Bulls. The Bulls owned the Heat in the regular season, and then they got to the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Heat won. I think they won in 4 or 5 games as well. The Thunder will win in a playoff series against the Spurs. The experience will get them out at some point. I don't think the Spurs win the title this season. Could they? For sure. But will I predict it? No. The experience, it does matter. As much as, it may annoy you, people say it a lot, it does matter. Give me the Thunder to get to the finals once again, where they will be facing, I think, the Boston Celtics. I can't trust James Harden to get to the finals. He's been close at times. He's been close. He made the Western Conference Finals with the Rockets, but then they ran into the Warriors. He's been close, but he always seems to fall off, and I think he's such an important part of this Cavs team, such an important part of this Cavs offense. Evan Mobley, great defensively. This Cavs team is very well built, but Donovan Mitchell as well. It's not like he chokes or anything. His teams just always tend to they just always tend to not get far. And that's not even like his fault necessarily, because he's been so good in the playoffs. But it just always, like, the Cavs were the 1 seed last season. They lost to the Pacers. And I know the Pacers made the finals, but like in the Jazz years, he wasn't really going far. Give me the Celtics. I just trust them the most. Tatum, Jaylen Brown, we've seen this kind of core win a title before. I think Joe Mazzulla gets it done, gets to the finals, but I will have to take the Thunder. I have to take the Thunder 100 with Tatum 100%. I think this gets interesting, but to be honest, Tatum, before injury, he was not averaging 21. He was averaging like 26 or 27 points. So the scoring has taken a little bit of a hit, and the production's taken a little bit of a hit. I can't even blame him for that. And this dude tore his Achilles like 9 months ago. But with that, I got to be fair, and I think the Thunder, I think they're just the best team in the league, but it just makes sense to pick the Thunder here. So I got the Thunder going back-to-back. I predicted the Thunder to win the NBA championship in almost all of my videos. I know I picked the Timberwolves last time, but that was when they were without SGA, without Jalen Williams. The Thunder win the NBA Finals, go back-to-back. That's what I have, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments. That's going to do it for episode 11 of NBA Playoff Watch. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you go down there, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on the noties to make sure you don't miss whenever we post more content. We got college basketball, college football, NFL, NBA, and MLB. So again, if any of that interests you, please go down there and subscribe. It would really help us out. But once again, that is going to do it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later this week with our March Madness Final Four preview / prediction video.